Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Now if I do sound a bit strange, if my voice sounds a bit different, I'm not quite sure if it does. It's because I have a very bad case of the flu. Couldn't talk last night, so I could get to put out this video last night as planned. So this afternoon I'm trying to get it out. Well, what I'm reporting on today, we know that 3 days ago there was an incident that happened on Washington Boulevard where a 17-year-old young man was shot dead by the police and a Taurus pistol was recovered. Now, frankly, I have never known of that young man before the incident, but I've since gotten some information from the Hunts Bay police, and somehow they may say police lie, so you take it as you may, but according to the police, he was definitely a gunman. And I agree with the police 100%. Whether he was killed in a shootout or not, the fact that he's dead is the most important thing, because I am convinced that he definitely is a gunman. And some people will ask, so what makes you so sure he's a gunman since you have never known him before, had never even heard of him before, yet upon his death you consider this 17-year-old young man to be 100% a gunman? Now I'm going to share my evidence with you guys, but first let me tell you what I learned from the police. Over last weekend, a house on Cardigan Crescent in Washington Gardens had been shot up. Several of the windows were broken due to bullet wounds, and there were bullet holes in 2 doors. When the police arrived on the scene, there was no sign of any gunmen or anything, but the police managed to get some information from the residents who told them that Devon Hall was one of the persons involved in the shooting. It seemed that Devon Hall, that 17-year-old, he had some kind of grouse with a family member of the people who lived in that house. And we know the Kwaku can't catch shot business. Not being able to find that person who he was in disagreement with, he went to the house and shoot it up as a form of intimidation. Well, that is what the police said. So the police was on high alert for every incident or for what they feel may occur. Because the first incident had happened around 4:30 a.m. On that morning, when this shooting took place where this 17-year-old got shot and killed, the group, him and a group of 2 other persons, or some say it was 3 other persons, they came across that gully on the Duane Park side, and then they crossed over the road onto Willamette Close, where some of you may know that JPS administrative office. So they were on that side. They were heading down Washington Boulevard, heading toward the entrance for Corville Gardens, right at a major stoplight there into Duane Park. The police who were on high alert, who saw those people walking at that hour, because remember now, this was at 4 a.m. The police accosted them right in front of Corville Gardens, and that was where the alleged shootout took place. Well, I'm saying alleged shootout because I don't know if a real shootout took place. All I know is that a young upcoming gunman is dead, and I'm happy for that, regardless of how he died. Now, we're going to get to why the evidence which convinced me that he is a gunman. So please, people, just stay with me a little longer. First of all, guys, I wanted to take a look at this newsreel from CVM television, and I do give credit to CVM for this footage.
The death of a teenage boy from New Haven in Kingston at the hands of the police has dimmed the rift between residents and law enforcement in the space.
Now residents' claims of police brutality and the innocence of the victim have been countered by reports that the deceased was anything but innocent after he was reportedly relieved of a firearm in the encounter.
Case of 17-year-old Devon Hall. The facts surrounding his death rest somewhere between what residents and the young teens who allegedly sat with his body say and what the police reported of their encounter as the whole truth. One truth being a Kingston teenager is dead at the hands of the police. Residents blocked a section of the Washington Boulevard, decrying the incident early Tuesday morning. Now what follows are the claims of residents and eyewitnesses who are now demanding justice.
The police killed a 17-year-old little boy for him orientation. Kill him for him orientation. Until the 14-year-old and the 16-year-old say, and you talk him and kill them too. Him shot, him back the 14-year-old. Tell them to take off them slippers and put in at the Jeep back. Him turn to them and said to them, said, me kill the whole triano. Me nah no evidence. The police woman said, no, kill them. Our police from the Reddings division coming to the Kingston 20 division. Come do that. Kill the little boy them and take what them slippers. Little girl clothes them and their blood up. Now and the little boy. And their mother dead.
Now their accounts took a different tone from that of the police, who hours later on Tuesday in a statement maintained Hall, a student of Boulevard Close in Kingston 20, was fatally shot during a confrontation with the police in Coralville Gardens at around 4:30 in the morning. Police also reported a Taurus pistol with magazine containing 7 9mm rounds of ammunition was seized during the incident. That sequence of events later on prompted the placard-bearing residents to contend.
For the innocent youth, when they kill him innocent, they stuff him body in a car and tell him from them so they not for talk. And wickedness that. And next week I don't look at my birthday. And wickedness that. Police are not wicked. When if serve and protect our own thing, I don't take the innocent life them. I could have anyone who will be a day. And wickedness that. When they kill the youth cold-bloodedly.
Things grew testy at one point as the police approached the irate civilians, urging them not to return the barricade, while also reminding those gathered Indicom has already launched an investigation to determine the facts.
Alright, one of the most important things about this clip is that they refer to him as little boy, and even went as far as referring to him as the baby. Now, that to me is a dead giveaway. And here is why. Do you guys remember Denny Xaman? I mean, you guys hear me talk about Denny Xaman, and I refer to her in several of my videos. And forgive me, but the reason why there's a method to the madness. Denny Xaman, to me, is a symbol of every single innocent Jamaican, defenseless and innocent Jamaican who died by the gun. She epitomizes every single innocent life that has been lost by gunmen. But there's a much deeper meaning to why I'm referring to her in this video. Stay with me. This is a picture of the interview that Denny Xaman's mother had with the media the morning after she died. In fact, Denny Xaman's mother had given several interviews. CVM, TVJ, Gleaner Company, Observer, and even Loop. Now, taking this interview. Now, this video clip is taken from the Observer newspaper. I want you guys to take a look and see what you find extremely peculiar about it. Some of the smartest people on YouTube, I mean as viewers and subscribers, are on this channel. For me, 9 out of 10 of uno, I go pick it up and understand why this is what convinced me that this young man is a gunman. Take a look.
About 1 o'clock, there was some shooting outside. After the shooting, I get flat. My older daughter called me and said, Mommy, look, and then when I look, I see blood coming out my baby mouth. Her eyes pulping, so I call 119. After calling 119, they responded quick. They grabbed my child, rushed her to the children's hospital, which she was already gasping her last breath. So they pronounced her dead at 1:45. It was like Christmas when they burst in a lot of clappers.
And this is another interview with another part of the media. Here you can see she's here again telling her story. If you don't pick it up, you realize that this little girl, the mother said everybody in the community loved her. Everybody in the community loved her. When you see in this video, here it is. She stands alone. Mother stands alone. 4-year-old baby is killed in her sleep. There is absolutely no outcry from the community. No blocking of roads, no holding up of placards, no kicking and cussing and screaming, no talk about gunmen being wicked and how they fear for their life. Matter of fact, not one single resident came in and stood behind her in any of the photos. Now, isn't that very telling? As I've always said, we have to pick a side. A 17-year-old male is killed, allegedly held with a gun and in a shootout to the police. And you have big demonstration, blocking of roads. And a 4-year-old that's sleeping peacefully in her bed. You don't hear a peep or a squeak. Nobody stood behind the mother or the family. That telling us, like all the while, say, once you see a demonstration, it's a gunman. None of these people were in this demonstration because Denique Salmon was their neighbor. She's from that same community. None of them no see it fit to stand with Denique Salmon and say even a word of prayer and give moral support to the mother, to the family. But no, these are two different responses. And why? Me no need not more to tell me say a gunman than this. Because the fact is, none of the Denique Salmons in this world is ever going to get anybody who feels a sense of outrage about their death. Not the people in the community, and certainly not Jamaicans for justice. Because Uno can't convince me that this Taurus pistol, the police just walk around with it and just look for somebody to kill and just happen to see them and just single him out just like that and just kill him for the F of it. Really? Only gunman get demonstration and roadblock when them dead. And that is the only evidence me need to know say a gunman. Decent people no get roadblock. Decent people family no get no support. So none of you can come talk to me. By the way, another thing me have to ask is this. What is a 17-year-old at the all-time bed at 4 a.m.? When you're 17, you want sleep like hell. No 17-year-old now wake up out of them bed and go do road unless I work them I go. They're just ready for draw cover at 4 a.m. When me at 17, even on school days, wouldn't mind sleep till 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And me cussing on my mind whenever them try to wake me up 5:30 or 6 to get ready for school. Therefore, the evidence is clear. is a gunman, and if him is a gunman, so if him is a gunman, him is a gunman. And if him is not a gunman, him a gunman. Residents in the community, give it away. Remember the 14-year-old one who died on Red Hills Road about a year ago? Same thing, him granny and the people in the community say is a baby. But me not care how young them be, you know. Could have 10 or 12. Catch them with a gun, just dirt them. Straight. End of story. Thank you for visiting my channel. Like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.